guess on that note, I just feel like the energy is down right now. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
the artists that are out right now, they're not uplifting energies. They're not supporting anything like that's causing growth.
It's supporting chaos.
Yeah.
I think, I definitely agree with you. I feel like a lot of individuals right now are confused. So
Yeah.
the energy
Yes.
is confusing. So when you go to like a hip hop show and you see those guys perform, like, of course that's them in their purest form. And like, that's why people go to their concerts, you know, because they can feel that energy coming off of them. And I think that's like their pure form of energy. But like, they also have to understand that like your words carry life. So that's a different type of energy. And when you speak certain things into life, like when you sow death into life, I mean, you putting out like a negative energy. So there's like, it's a balance, like sort of say, but like it's just a confused energy. And I think like with us being older and just understanding like life more and having more life experiences, we understand that like, you know what, like it's not promoting like self-love and growth and awareness to a lot of individuals. So I feel like we feel some type of way, but that's you can tell like, I mean, you know, it's musicians in here, it's artists in here. Like when I listen to one of you guys' music, it's like, damn, like, yo, really got like a message behind it. Like that's uplifting. You know, I feel some type of way. It makes me feel some type of way. It makes me feel better about myself when, you know, I hear like a verse from him or a verse from you. Like it's dope. So, and they just haven't figured it out. You know, they're a rebellious generation. Like just like we were, you know, coming up.
And there's nothing wrong with being rebellious because in a sense it's like you're finding your own way in life.
Yeah.
But they're just being rebellious in the wrong ways. You know what I mean?
Not
like,
willing to accept criticism or learn.
Exactly.
Is it they're being rebellious in the wrong way, or is it that since, you know, maybe we just don't understand what they're going through? Because I mean,
it's a little bit of both.
A little bit.
Because I was gonna make a comment because you.
I can't even say that, man, because like it's not that they're going. Besides technology, they're not going through anything different than what we went through.
I think they're.
technology is a big deal.
It allows you.
Lives is on the screen.
Yeah,
And I
but
think they're being
in that sense,
infatuated,
it's
too.
like I was even as a kid. For me, you know what I'm saying, I love technology, but there's no excuses for that. Like technology hasn't done anything to hinder my growth, you know what I mean? Or make me depressed, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger, we had, even on tapes, they had like movies about people dying and like getting hit by trains and getting hung, you know what I'm saying? And I sat there and watched that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And growing up, it didn't make me want to seek death more. If anything, it did the opposite. It made me want to seek more life, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like, why people are drifting so much towards that death now, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
frustration
Like
with
they're relying it out too much. Like I feel like someone want to let it go, but they're like, nah, this is rewarding to my creativity, which they don't realize. Like, yo, you gotta let it go
Yeah,
because
you killing your creativity.
It's like everybody wants to be that martyr. You know what I mean? That person who died for their craft. And like because like, you look at Tupac, you look at Big. Tupac had an infatuation with death. Like every other song he rapped about was dying. What was it? Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It's about him. You know.
you're nobody till somebody kills you. The last song from Life After Death of Biggie.
So it's like I think hip hop in general has an infatuation with
Death. Yeah.
That's why I personally I love the Japanese culture because they also somewhat have like an infatuation with death, but it's more so understanding it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily chasing it. And it was more honorable. You know what I mean? Like they're not just gonna go die to make a name. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna die because they fought for something that was life changing and could change in a positive way the people around them. You know what I mean? And people don't have that honor anymore.
Yeah,
It's
like
just more for clout or attention.
clout. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why?
On Wikipedia and Cloud, I'm learning one day.
You're
Basically,
gonna-
attention, popularity, I guess.
Why, the thing is, why? But why would you want all that attention if you're gonna die? I mean, like, you're not gonna live to see it.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people are just so distracted by the money chase and entertainment, they're not focusing on teaching the younger ones not to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're losing their connection with the youth. They're losing, like, when I was growing up, there was a difference between being younger and older people, but it was more conversations going on between older and younger people, more knowledge being passed down. Like, as we're growing up, a lot of people in our generation aren't passing this information down to the youth. You know what I mean? And it's causing that separation.
How do we fix that energy then? How do we
We got to stop being scared to tell children what's really going on. Like, stop keeping kids as kids just because we want to. I don't want to mess up their
intellectual,
youth.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
or sheltering them too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I work with kids, and it's a trip. Every damn day, I'm like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not gonna stop you because you're onto something. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let you learn. Unless you're about to really harm yourself, do it. Because they're not going to learn. And I feel like what you said, I don't like to talk to my nieces and nephews like they're 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds. I treat them like grown-ass people.
Exactly, man. And I have a child, you know what I'm saying? I treat my child as if he was an adult. I don't lie to my child no matter what the question is. You know what I mean? Like, keep it real.
Yeah, even with kids that I dealt with in the past, like, couple of them and say, like, yo, like, don't talk to me like a kid. I'm like, oh, my bad. Okay.
All right, little guy. Fuck you up today.
All right, let's get into this real life then.
Welcome
you a job then.
101. Go fuck up your credit. Go get a job. Do this and do that.
What do you want to be when you grow up? You'll never be that.
Damn. Well, no, like you said, you're treating kids like they're like the intellectual beings they are. We got 2 3-year-olds and who are becoming more aware of things or experimenting with things because they don't know anything yet. We're over here. You can't do that. You can't do that. All of a sudden, I could say that for myself in my household. Growing up, it was a very destructive household. And I grew up to believe that I was that person, that destructive, chaotic person, when in reality, I'm like, I don't think I want to do all that bad stuff. So I'm going to recreate anew in my own identity. And I think what we don't realize is with the music, with energy too, is that those kids are going to be born into that world without them even knowing they're being born into that world because that's their perspective on life.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah, kids definitely have the purest form of energy. And as us being that generation, we definitely we got to do better. We definitely got to do better as leaders, especially like us, you know, being in the music industry. Like, I feel like this year is like it's a shifty year, like in a lot of aspects. So I definitely feel like we could either be the shift or just be a part of the shift.
I feel like it's a confusing age too, because like we got cats like us talking about it, but then we have other people who are super PC. You know, like you can't say this.
Yeah, where they censor too much or they're too afraid. Like,
I think it's confusing. You know,
It's confusing times for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. There's a lot of...
Because we are rare, man. There's not too many of us, like, who are out there.
it's like
Yeah, we don't get publicized.
we got cats out there say you can be anything you want to be as long as you don't do these things, and you can't disturb the waters. You can't make waves. And
Yeah, but
you're being restricted too much.
Get rid of labels.
I think, and they doing what the media does to us. They sow fear because they're unsure of themselves. Like, it's definitely like we're definitely a people, like, we're ever changing all the time. Yeah. So you got to be willing to just adapt and adjust with like the changes of life. So I mean, to tell a kid like to put a restriction on their creativity or anything that they do, like I feel like you hindering their growth. and you're deterring them away from like their true destiny. Like I feel like we were created to create. So
Facts, man.
why
That's the only
why
reason
not
it exists.
why not allow them to use their imagination to, you know, the best of ability, the best of their ability.
And it's interesting because like this is what my mentor used to do in forms of teaching. Like even if he didn't agree with your creative route, he wouldn't say no, don't do it. He would actually explain to you like, all right, well, I don't agree with it, but here's how I suggest we can make that concept better. Whereas in my experience, you know, if I were to present a concept, like automatically, sometimes my instructors would say, no, don't do it. No, or shoot it down. But with this particular instructor, which I feel, you know, some of these instructors should follow as well, is just, you know, allow that creative idea, like even though you might not necessarily disagree with, but allow that individual to, you know, grow with that concept
let
and
them learn from
something
it.
else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think, I mean, he just comes from a place, your mentor came from a place of understanding. So that's what's dope. And I feel like by allowing somebody to just freely create, you also allow yourself to have like teaching moments when you do see them like going down like a certain path. So
I think when you allow, I'm going off what you just said, when you allow them to create in their own light, that's when uniqueness happens.
yeah,
Exactly.
That's when 2 + 2 = 4, but you created another 4, you created a whole nother 4, but yet we still got to here.
And that's where they find their self at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to find yourself through creating your own path.
And I think, because I think it's when you're around other teachers who are understanding and who understand that they are the student also, it's another opportunity for the teacher to learn from the student who found a new way or route. And I think it's powerful when you allow that kids or any creative individual, especially the youth, their own way of outlining themselves, because a lot of kids have so many emotions, so much things that they cannot comprehend. And then they're all running all the place. You got people yelling. I'm like, well, take him to an art class or take him somewhere where he could just doing something. Don't tell me he's wrong. He's painting. Let him paint. Eventually he's gonna grow it.
yeah, and I just don't think we come from our generation just lacks patience. And
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Like
So much.
want it immediately.
So
it's
much.
like
Fuck his patience.
Right?
yeah, we don't
Just
we
waiting.
don't,
Waiting for
I
what?
mean, I think
now.
Wait at home. What are you talking about?
we definitely come from a place where like we've made like several mistakes ourselves, and as as
Yeah.
adults we were constantly like covering our own tracks, because you know some of us, you know, we're fortunate to be parents or, you know, this, that, another. So of course, like when you teaching your child, you don't want them to follow in the same, you know, footsteps as you, but at the same time, you have to allow them to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you just give that's your teaching moment. Like this is where you can enlighten them. All right, this is why this happened, and this is what you could have done, you know. Just, I mean, be suggestive. You know, and just allow them to freely make mistakes and be suggestive. I mean, there's going to be times where like you have to, you know, lay the law down and set the boundary, like as far as like, all right, this is what it is. This is, you know, set in stones, but don't be afraid. I think people are afraid to lose tradition. And I think that's our problem as a society. Like we set this foundation for ourselves, and we're so afraid to like embrace the change. But this is why, you know, by us conforming to all these traditions, like we hinder our own growth.
Right.
And like we're foundation setters now. Like, you know, the people that are fortunate enough, you know, to be parents now, like you're a foundation setter. So the foundation that you set, you just allow, you know, your children or, you know, whatever children you influence, whether, you know, you're a teacher or whatever, a mentor, whatever the case may be, allow them to build on that foundation. Because as a teacher, you got to understand that, you know, like you said, it's important to be like a student teacher. You got to be a student teacher. Like life, you're always going to constantly grow and you're always going to constantly learn. So allow them to build on your foundation so that like you know what? That might be like your $1 million idea that you had like all along. It might be the foundation of it. And then they just might add the sauce on.
I think that's another issue though. People stop, like they get to a point where they think they know and they stop learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you did. That's when you mess up. When the moment you think you know it, life's gonna be like, nah, you don't.
Yeah, life is gonna humble you.
In the realest way.
In the realest way.
Sit your ass down. You're not moving.
And then you gonna find yourself like everybody else. Damn, man. I gotta climb back up out of this grave that you put yourself in.
Put yourself in it.
That Marriott.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man. And just hearing this conversation, like it's definitely brought back some memories too, because like even going at like it's something that I tend to applicate more. Like instead of just shooting like any creative idea down, like I just tend to go like, all right, well, let's see what we can do with it. Because I mean, I'll even admit, like in the past, like I mean, there's been a few times where like they would propose an idea to me, I'll be like, no, I'm not feeling that. Now I kind of like, no, let's just see it. Let's see where it goes. You know, before I do a final verdict, and if it doesn't go, then like we'll just we'll keep going and see where it goes and see other possible solutions.
I agree, man. Like you have to try to learn, but the point is to like learn from your failures. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people fail and then they're like, oh, that's it. I gotta give up now. You know?
Yeah, and that's
It's
the
like, no,
misconception.
like why did you fail? What did you do wrong? What can you fix? What can you do better? People don't think that way.
Yeah,
Like
and
it's all about evolving.
then plus people see failure as a negative, and they've been groomed to think that
Yeah,
failure is
that's
a
true.
negative, and it's really not. I mean, failure can be, well, it is a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's growth.
Yeah. We fail more often than, we succeed.
A lot.
A lot.
I mean, I don't know how many times I had to go through life experiences just like, damn, I thought I took a L. And then like once I elevated like mentally and my frequencies like started to vibrate higher, I was like, damn, this wasn't no L. Like if I'm going to use the word L in terms of like, it's a lesson, so I'm winning. Like, regardless if, I feel like it's a loss. And that's what I'm also, as I continue to grow, that's what I'm also understanding. Like, you really can't trust your feelings too much.
You can't.
No.
Like, we definitely have like a instinct, and I believe like a lot of the makeup of your mental capacity, what you tell yourself, how you speak to yourself is it's going to be like, those are going to be the defining factors of who you are. Like, like me personally, I wake up and I tell myself that I'm blessed, I'm worth it. Like, me going into the studio, putting in extra time to like engineer or like work on something else. I'm like, okay, like this is one step closer to like that moment.
That's
And
true.
then it'll be, it's not going to just be that moment. It's just going to be like a multiple strings of moments until, I get to the point of my destiny.
Exactly, man. And it's really the same as school, as elementary. Like sometimes you don't pass all the tests, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't always have your homework ready. And school doesn't stop. It's still going, you know what I mean? You still got to go to class. You still got to keep doing what you got to do until you pass that. And I feel like that's how we have to be even after school with life, you know what I mean? Like life is not over.
Never.
And if life isn't over, you got to keep growing.
Exactly.
You dropped a lot of like gems right now.
For real.
For real, thank
That's
you.
Pat, man.
Yeah, I was like,
And K1 dropping the gems, the young diamonds.
Like I just like sat down and was like, no, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, keep talking. That's good.
Write a book, man.
Man, you know what?
It's really not that hard, dog.
It's not
Time,
like
patience, bro.
You know what? Like I don't think the reason why I haven't like began to write a book is definitely because I'm still growing. Like, And sometimes I get taken back by myself because I do a lot of stuff, but I'm in the background a lot of times. Not a lot of people know who I am. Like, not a lot of people even know that I do music or I do what I do, for just as a team member. You know, I don't put myself out there in the public, but when I do get an opportunity, I capitalize on the moment.
You gotta shine.
Yeah.
I capitalize on the
You
moment.
just say, you wait for the right moment, you just come out and no, you don't want to do that.
Right?
Hey, that's what Beck be doing that sometimes. That's like when Beck, I remember the first time Beck talked, I'm like, God damn. That's a sign from God. Don't do it.
Yeah, man. Time. I feel like timing is everything. I don't know. I feel like people just they being so hurried to get to the
That's
destination.
patience, man. You got patience.
Yeah, but I mean, when I've my occupation before, the occupation I'm currently in right now, I was a school bus driver. So, man, it was a beautiful experience. I definitely loved the love that I was getting from the kids. The kids knew that I rap, and just at my particular, place of work, I was definitely a favorite. So to see the kids' reaction was it was nuts, bro. Because the way my route was set up, I would have a high school in the morning, then I would have an elementary, and then I would have a high school in the afternoon. And in the afternoon, I was either a dispatcher or I covered routes. Anytime I covered a route, they will always ask the dispatcher or another driver, yo, where's Mr. Carson? We need him on the bus. Why? Because he raps. He's gonna give us gems. He's gonna interact with us. He's gonna teach us and everything. And once I saw the influence that I had on the children, it was definitely a beautiful experience.
What if one of those kids are one of the next top rappers you don't even know yet, bro?
Bro, I definitely seen a video the other day. Because I still talk to some of the parents and stuff, man. And she posted a video of her son rapping. And I used to have rap battles with the children and stuff. It was dope, man. I definitely interacted. I like to be in the thick of things, because I understand, you know what, I'm not gonna be here forever. So let me pass down everything that I have knowledge about, to these kids. And he got on the man, he was reading from his phone. He had his notes out, bro, and he had this dope rap, and it was positive, bro. It was definitely, he was touching on some of the more sensitive subjects in life, and to see him do that, and to know that I've had an influence, because it's been several times that the parents will come up to me and be like, man, my kids rave about you, they love you. They come home and be like, man, Mr. Carson is the greatest bus driver we ever had. He raps, he allows us to rap. He allows us to be free. We're not, too constrained. I did things. I mean, I'm cool. I'm very lenient. I only discipline when I feel the discipline is necessary. So. But I mean, I used to interact with the kids all the time. I had the privilege of coaching a football team last year. I mean, that was a definitely dope experience. We actually attended a basketball camp this past weekend, and I saw some of the football players that I coached. So it's dope, bro. To see the kids be like, oh man, Mr. Carson, what's up, man? How you doing? You still doing music? Yeah, man.
Cool. Well, about to wrap it up. Going on to finishing that up, definitely something that's left a lasting impression to me and what David said, and definitely what we're doing as far as the younger generation is there's always someone that's watching you. Always. And then just hearing your guys' story and just watching, observing, it's true. We're influencing the next generation, whether we're aware of it or not. And so, I'd like to thank again Konami Hami
thank you.
K1.
Thank you.
For being our special guest. And with that,
Social media.
So follow me, Konami Hami, everywhere. KonamiHami.com, and that's it.
You can follow me on Instagram at 19_19. That's 1ONENINE_19. The same for Twitter. If you have a Snapchat, you can follow me at K1TheInfamous.
I am New Age Takeover for all my artistry stuff and New Age Athletics for all fitness related topics. Thank you guys. Back.
All right. And you can follow us at Untapped Hip Hop, and that's in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and then our new Twitch account.
He got knowledge.
Yeah. With that,
Thank you guys.
Peace.
See you later.
Thank you guys. Peace.
Yo, thank y'all for coming through, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for having us. Appreciate y'all, man.
That was nice.
That was a good show, for real.